Chapter 6: Conflict Resolution and Crisis Management. Conflict is an inevitable part of any organization or team dynamic. As a leader, one of your key responsibilities is to navigate and resolve conflicts effectively. Conflict can arise from differing opinions, misunderstandings, competition for resources, or personal differences among team members. While conflict can be uncomfortable, it also presents an opportunity for growth, innovation, and improved relationships when managed properly. Effective conflict resolution begins with understanding the nature of the conflict. Leaders must be able to identify the underlying issues and the perspectives of all parties involved. This requires active listening and empathy, as understanding each person's viewpoint is crucial to finding a resolution. By creating a safe space for open dialogue, leaders can encourage team members to express their concerns and feelings without fear of retribution. Once the issues are clearly defined, leaders can facilitate a constructive discussion aimed at finding common ground. This may involve brainstorming solutions collaboratively, encouraging compromise, or exploring alternative approaches that satisfy the needs of all parties. It is essential for leaders to remain neutral and objective during this process, guiding the conversation without taking sides. This impartiality helps to build trust and respect among team members. In some cases, conflicts may require mediation or intervention from a third party, especially if the situation escalates or if the parties involved are unable to reach an agreement. Leaders should be prepared to step in decisively, ensuring that the resolution process is fair and equitable. Additionally, it is important to follow up after a resolution has been reached to ensure that the solution is being implemented and that relationships are being repaired. Ultimately, effective conflict resolution not only resolves the immediate issue but also strengthens the team. By addressing conflicts openly and constructively, leaders foster a culture of collaboration and respect, where team members feel valued and empowered to voice their opinions. This proactive approach to conflict can lead to enhanced creativity, improved problem solving, and a more cohesive team dynamic. Crisis management. Crisis management is another critical responsibility of a leader. A crisis can take many forms, including financial downturns, public relations disasters, natural disasters, or sudden changes in market conditions. Regardless of the nature of the crisis, effective leadership is essential to navigate the challenges and minimize the impact on the organization. The first step in crisis management is preparation. Leaders should develop a crisis management plan that outlines potential risks, response strategies, and communication protocols. This plan should be regularly reviewed and updated to ensure its relevance. Training team members on their roles during a crisis is also vital, as it ensures that everyone knows what to do when an emergency arises. Conflict resolution and crisis management. When a crisis occurs, leaders must act swiftly and decisively. Clear and transparent communication is paramount during this time. Leaders should provide timely updates to stakeholders, employees, and the public, ensuring that accurate information is disseminated to prevent misinformation and panic. A calm and composed demeanor can help instill confidence in the team and stakeholders, demonstrating that the situation is being managed effectively. In addition to communication, leaders must also prioritize problem solving. This involves assessing the situation, identifying immediate needs, and mobilizing resources to address the crisis. Leaders should encourage collaboration among team members, leveraging their diverse skills and perspectives to develop innovative solutions. Flexibility is key, as circumstances may change rapidly, requiring leaders to adapt their strategies accordingly. After the crisis has been managed, it is essential to conduct a thorough review of the response. This evaluation should focus on what worked well, what could have been improved, and how the organization can better prepare for future crises. Learning from these experiences not only strengthens the organization, but also enhances the leader's ability to handle similar situations in the future. In conclusion, conflict resolution and crisis management are vital responsibilities of a leader. By effectively addressing conflicts and preparing for crises, leaders can foster a resilient and cohesive team capable of navigating challenges and emerging stronger. Embracing these responsibilities not only enhances the leader's effectiveness, but also contributes to the overall success and stability of the organization. Resilience and well-being in leadership. The importance of resilience in leadership. In today's complex business environment, resilience is more than just a buzzword. It is a critical competency that enables leaders to thrive amid uncertainty. Resilient leaders view setbacks not as endpoints, but as opportunities to learn, adapt, and innovate. They develop a mindset that sees challenges as temporary hurdles rather than permanent barriers. This perspective empowers them to foster an atmosphere where failure is not stigmatized, but rather used as a springboard for future initiatives. Such a mindset requires an ongoing commitment to self-reflection and growth. Leaders who actively seek feedback, embrace change, and maintain a long-term vision are better positioned to lead their teams out of crises. By viewing adversity as an opportunity for growth, leaders can model positive behavior for their teams, cultivating an organizational culture that is robust, flexible, and forward-thinking. The multifaceted nature of well-being. Well-being in leadership encompasses physical, mental, and emotional health. These dimensions are interconnected, each influencing a leader's ability to perform, inspire, and make sound decisions. Physical well-being, for example, is supported by regular exercise, proper nutrition, and sufficient sleep. Mental well-being is bolstered by stress management techniques, mindfulness practices, and cognitive strategies that help in prioritizing and focusing on tasks effectively. Emotional well-being involves the capacity to manage and express emotions constructively, fostering deeper conflict resolution and crisis management, connections with team members. Leaders who prioritize well-being actively create practices that encourage work-life balance within their organizations. This might include flexible work arrangements, wellness programs, or initiatives that promote mental health awareness. By modeling self-care practices, leaders not only improve their own performance, but also build trust and loyalty among their teams. Strategies for cultivating resilience and well-being. 1. Self-awareness and reflection. Consistent self-reflection is key to understanding one's strengths, limitations, and sources of stress. Regularly taking time to assess one's emotional state and responses to work challenges can inform more effective stress management strategies. 2. Stress management techniques. Incorporating mindfulness practices such as deep breathing exercises, meditation sessions, or even short walks helps manage acute stress. Over time, these techniques justifiably lower the overall stress levels, enabling clearer decision-making under pressure. 3. Building support networks. Strong personal and professional networks provide both emotional support and practical advice. Mentorship, peer groups, and professional development communities offer spaces where challenges and best practices can be discussed freely. 4. Setting healthy boundaries. A critical component of well-being is establishing clear boundaries between the personal and professional spheres. Leaders who manage their time effectively and allocate specific periods for relaxation and family contribute to a more balanced lifestyle, reducing the risk of burnout. 5. Celebrating achievements. Recognizing accomplishments, both big and small, sustains motivation. Celebrating milestones reinforces a positive culture and helps shift the focus from problems to progress, fostering the belief that every challenge met is a testament to the team's resilience. Case study reflection, leadership in the midst of a crisis. Consider a leader managing a severe organizational crisis, such as a major operational setback or abrupt market change. In such scenarios, the resilient leader prioritizes transparent communication with employees, ensuring that everyone is aware of both the situation and the strategies being implemented. This leader might implement daily briefings, encourage open dialogue, and solicit team input on potential solutions. Simultaneously, the leader recognizes the personal toll the crisis can take on themselves and their team. By scheduling moments for reflection, organizing team activities aimed at de-stressing, and even instituting wellness checkpoints, the leader demonstrates that caring for oneself is not secondary but integral to leadership. In doing so, not only is the immediate challenge addressed constructively, but a legacy is built, one where resilience and well-being become core organizational values. Conflict resolution and crisis management. Long-term benefits of investing in resilience and well-being. Investing in resilience and well-being has a multiplier effect on long-term organizational success. Leaders who adopt these practices inspire trust and loyalty, improve team morale, and foster a climate where innovation thrives. Moreover, resilient organizations are better equipped to navigate uncertainties, emerging stronger from crises and more adaptable to future shifts. In summary, this chapter not only highlights the necessary skills and practices for cultivating resilience and well-being, but also offers a roadmap for integrating these principles into the core of leadership strategy. By prioritizing these elements, leaders can ensure that their personal performance and that of their teams remains robust in the face of challenges, paving the way for a sustainable and dynamic future. Sabr conflict resolution and crisis management are essential skills for any leader as they directly impact team dynamics, organizational stability, and long-term success. Conflict arises naturally in any group setting due to differences in opinions, priorities, or personalities. Effective leaders approach conflict as an opportunity for growth and innovation rather than a threat. The process begins with understanding the root cause of the conflict, actively listening to all parties involved, and fostering open communication. Leaders must remain neutral, guide discussions constructively, and work towards solutions that address the needs of everyone involved. By resolving conflicts fairly and transparently, leaders build trust, strengthen relationships, and create a culture of collaboration. Crisis management, on the other hand, involves navigating unexpected and high-pressure situations that could disrupt the organization. Preparation is key, and leaders should have a crisis management plan in place that outlines potential risks, response strategies, and communication protocols. During a crisis, leaders must act decisively, communicate clearly with stakeholders, and maintain a calm demeanor to inspire confidence. Problem solving and adaptability are critical, as crises often require quick thinking and flexibility. After the crisis is resolved, leaders should evaluate the response to identify lessons learned and improve future preparedness. Both conflict resolution and crisis management require emotional conflict resolution and crisis management, intelligence, strong communication skills, and the ability to remain composed under pressure. By mastering these responsibilities, leaders can foster a resilient team, maintain organizational stability, and turn challenges into opportunities for growth. Resilience and well-being in leadership. This underlines the importance of resilience and well-being as core components of effective leadership. Resilience is defined as the capacity to recover from setbacks and adapt in the face of challenges. It is a quality that enables leaders to approach adversity as a catalyst for learning and innovation. Equally, well-being encompasses the physical, mental, and emotional health that contributes to a leader's overall effectiveness. Leaders are encouraged to adopt stress management techniques, establish healthy boundaries, and foster supportive, communicative environments. The section presents practical strategies for building resilience, including cultivating self-awareness, forming robust support networks, and engaging in reflective practices. Leaders are urged to lead by example by prioritizing self-care activities such as mindfulness and exercise. The narrative is enriched with a case study of a leader who overcame a critical organizational crisis by emphasizing well-being and transparency. This story illustrates that through personal well-being and collaborative problem-solving, leaders can turn challenges into opportunities for growth. In summary, the chapter is a call to action for leaders to invest in their own resilience and well-being. It offers insights and steps to ensure that they and their teams remain healthy, adaptive, and capable of thriving in an ever-changing environment. This focus not only enhances individual performance, but also builds an organizational culture where sustainable success is paramount. Conflict resolution and crisis management. Task for readers. Task 1. Reflect on conflict resolution. 1. Think about a recent conflict you experienced in a team or workplace setting. Write down the root cause of the conflict, how the conflict was addressed or not addressed, the outcome of the situation. 2. Reflect on how you as a leader could have handled the situation differently. Consider how you could have improved communication, whether you actively listened to all parties involved, what steps you could have taken to find a fair resolution. Task 2. Practice conflict resolution skills. 1. Identify a current or potential conflict in your team or organization. 2. Use the following steps to address it. Schedule a meeting with the involved parties to discuss the issue. Actively listen to each person's perspective without interrupting. Facilitate a discussion to brainstorm solutions and find common ground. Implement the agreed upon solution and follow up to ensure it is working. Task 3. Prepare for crisis management. 1. Identify 3 potential crises that could impact your team or organization, e.g., financial challenges, sudden staff changes, or external disruptions. 2. For each crisis, outline the immediate steps you would take to address the situation, how you would communicate with your team and stakeholders, resources or support you would need to manage the crisis effectively. 3. Share your crisis management plan with a trusted colleague or mentor for feedback. By completing these tasks, you will develop a deeper understanding of conflict resolution and crisis management, as well as practical strategies to apply in real-life situations. Cultivating resilience and promoting well-being. This task invites you to reflect on your own resilience and well-being and to develop actionable strategies for strengthening these vital areas of leadership. Conflict resolution and crisis management. Begin by assessing your current state of well-being. Consider whether you are dedicating enough time to self-care, managing stress effectively, and maintaining a healthy work-life balance. Reflect on moments of adversity you have faced recently and the strategies you employed to overcome them. Acknowledge both your strengths and the areas where improvement is needed. Next, develop a personal resilience and well-being plan. Identify one concrete action that you can implement this week to enhance your physical or mental health. Perhaps this might involve setting aside dedicated time for exercise or mindfulness practices, or perhaps establishing clearer boundaries between work and personal life. Choose an activity that not only alleviates stress, but also reinforces your capacity to handle future challenges. Consider also extending this focus to your team. Identify one way in which you can promote well-being within your organization, such as initiating a brief well-being check in at team meetings or organizing a workshop focused on stress management techniques. Think about how you can model these behaviors and encourage your team to prioritize their own well-being. Finally, schedule a brief reflection session at the end of the week to evaluate how these actions have affected your resilience and overall well-being. Ask yourself what positive changes you observed, whether your stress levels have diminished, and what further adjustments might be beneficial for sustaining an environment of balanced, effective leadership. By engaging in this task, you will not only enhance your personal resilience, but also set a powerful example for your team. Investing in well-being is a critical step towards building sustainable, forward-thinking leadership that meets the challenges of today and tomorrow with strength and optimism. Every decision is a stepping stone toward legacy. The weight of our choices molds the future, leaving footprints that guide generations long after we have passed. Mentoring and developing future leaders.